Welcome to Forward Live. Normally, I would do this earlier in the day, but I had a long honeydew list this weekend, and I'm happy to say that I accomplished quite a bit of it. Didn't accomplish all of it, but hey, it's all about getting most of it done where you can. Uh, as I mentioned before, this is no internet. Are we kidding? Hey, somebody give me a thumbs up if you can see me. Give me a thumbs up if you can see me. Yeah, actually, it says that I'm live, but I don't have the chat. So anyway, we're gonna run with it as it is. Let me do something real quick. I'm gonna refresh my screen and see what we get here. Okay, well, it looks like that did it. So anyway, welcome again to the Forward Live. And sorry about the technical difficulties, but as you can tell, I'm shooting live from the place I call my Zen garden here on the property that I own. And this is a great place to hang out and just kind of get in touch with your thoughts. And as you may or may not know, this podcast, with rare exceptions, I'm dealing with things that are that they have real elements, that they are tangible, that they are meaningful, that they're repeatable, that there are things that you can use in your day-to-day life. Because honestly, most people don't want to hear a rant, and I've got plenty of them, got plenty of things to rant about. But what I would much rather do is put something in your hand, put something in your heart, put something in your mind that will absolutely help you move forward. And that's the purpose of this podcast. So my friend and brother, Dr. Keenan Davis, he posted something on Facebook today, and I'm going to call it up. But if you're not connected with Dr. Keenan Davis, I strongly urge you to get in touch with this brother, because he is somebody that just really, he has a grip on how things work, how life works. And for a young man, for him to have figured it out to the degree that he has is really phenomenal. And this is a guy that he thinks ahead. He's a chess playing thinker, and he's someone that actually helps people in their day-to-day walk, which is the same thing. That's my goal. So I'm going to pull this up real quick because I want to talk about what Keenan said first. I'm going to read his blueprint for success, and then I'm going to share mine with you. Is that cool? All right, so here we go. Dr. Keenan Davis says this: his personal blueprint is, number one, have some kind of faith. Well, Keenan, you and I, we agree to disagree on that one, but that's cool. I know it works for you. Number two, have someone to love, which is absolutely, you cannot argue with that. Number three, have an employable skill. Have an employable skill. Number four, have life insurance. Number five, have health insurance. Number six, leave my environment once per year. Number seven, take one risk per year. Number eight, create relationships with new people. Number nine, find something to improve. Number 10, find someone to mentor. And number 11, read daily. Those are great, great objectives, great things that you can build a foundation on, and you can help grow your life to basically become a better human being. And not only that, see, this is the thing that people really misunderstand about self-improvement, is that self-improvement, true self-improvement, is contagious. It is absolutely contagious. If you are focused on self-improvement and you're around others, your desire for self-improvement is going to rub off on others. Because remember, you are the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. You're the average. You are number 3 of 5 of all the people that you hang out with regularly. And that also means that you have a couple of people in your social circle. And if you want to know about social circles, go back and look at Phreology Friday with myself and Aaron Tomlinson. We talked about that in great detail. But if you're the smartest person in your social circle, you need new friends. True, real talk, real talk. So that was Keenan's um, basically his blueprint, and I want to share with you mine because these are the things that to me they have worked out for me. And matter of fact, I've had the blessing of being able to mentor and coach hundreds of people in my lifetime. And these are the things that I've shared with them over and over again that have helped them to succeed, in some cases to exceed my level of success. And I'm going to tell you something, guys, that if when you get it to the point where you're helping people succeed beyond where you are doing something absolutely right. So here's mine. Number one, discover your why. If you've been listening to me for any amount of time, you know how important why is to me. Why? People don't care what you know, they care what you believe in. What is your why? What is the thing that gets you out of bed? What is the thing that propels you? What is the thing that makes you enthusiastic? What is the thing that basically that you draw breath for? That is your why. And when you understand your why, anything else, everything else will just fall into place. It'll fall into line. It'll start working once you understand your why. But I always say this, that you cannot understand your why without number two, which is knowing, loving, liking, respecting, and honoring yourself. Listen, there are too many times when we put others ahead of ourselves, when we put the needs of others beyond our own. And I'm going to tell you something, you have to take care of you first. If you're not taking care of you, you are no good to anyone else. If you're not taking care of yourself, you can't help anyone else, right? So these are important. I mean, loving yourself, having empathy and compassion for yourself, liking yourself, that when basically people who like themselves are good by themselves. They don't have to have a whole bunch of people around them. They don't have to seek the affection and the approval of others because they like themselves. Okay being in the room by themselves with themselves. They're okay being alone with their own thoughts because they like who they are. It's one thing to love, but it's another thing to like. And I think I've said this before, and I'm going to do a podcast on this, that like is greater than love. Like is greater than love. But let me keep going here, right? Number three, learn all you can and apply all you learn. I can't stress this enough. You have to be in a posture of continuous learning. You have to be in a mindset of constant growth, constant improvement. And the only way you're going to do this is you're going to learn. And there are many ways to learn. You can learn by reading. You can learn by observation or videos, things like that. You can learn by hearing. You can learn by doing. There are a lot of ways to learn, but the important thing is that you learn. It's not so much what you learn, but it's that you learn. And then once you learn, knowledge not applied or misapplied is knowledge denied. So you have to make sure that whatever it is that you're learning, that you're applying. And that means that you have to be very selective about what you learn, because you have to make sure that what you're learning is something that you can apply in your day-to-day life. You have to ask yourself, can this help me? Can this help me? And then, can it help others? And I'm going to get to that in a minute. But that's the thing. You have to learn all you can and apply all you learn. Number four, and this goes back to something Keenan said, is have at least one area of expertise. A lot of people, they develop multiple streams of competency without developing a single stream of expertise. You have to be the Mac Daddy or the Mac Mama of something where you are the expert. You are the go-to person. You are the one who people seek out for advice and counsel. You have to be that person, right? You have to have some level of expertise that makes you valuable. It makes you employable, or it makes you desirable. It makes you someone whose wisdom and understanding is sought out. Okay. Have at least one area of expertise. Can't stress that enough. Number 5, cultivate multiple streams of income. This is important too, because especially in this economy, if you don't have multiple streams of income, you're basically putting yourself at the mercy of whatever stream of income you do have. And when you are at the mercy of something, then that means you can become a victim of something. And contrary to popular belief, there are real victims. And a lot of times our victimhood is something that's self-inflicted. Now I'm not saying that's the case in every case, because there are some cases where we're just being victimized by someone, but there are a lot of cases where we are self-victimized because we put ourselves in bad positions. And one of those things that when you don't cultivate multiple streams of income, that if the winds of the economy shift and you're not prepared, guess what? You're going to be one of the ones that gets hit. And you don't want to be that person. Okay. Number 6, diversify your social circle. Can't say enough about that. Listen, if you are not hanging out with different people, different cultures, different races, different languages, things like that, where you can experience something different than what you are accustomed to, if you're not diversifying your social circle, basically you have a very white bread, dull, and unproductive, yeah, I'll say that, unproductive social circle, because basically you're not being fed anything that's going to edify you. At the very best, your social circle, if it's not diverse, all it becomes is an echo chamber. And all you're getting is what you already know. And what'll happen is that in a lot of cases, you might wind up being the smartest person in the room. And if that's the case, again, you got to change. So diversify your social circles. Go out to lunch with somebody from another culture or another ethnicity, someone from another place in the world beside where you've been from, so that you can see things from a different perspective. And that will help sharpen your empathy and help deepen your compassion, which will help you love yourself and help you, again, love others. The next thing is hustle intensely. Listen, there is a study that says the people who belong to the 5 o'clock club are the most successful. Get your ass out of bed. You cannot sleep late and hope to succeed. The only place where success comes before work is in the dictionary. And if you're not putting in the hustle, if you're not putting in the effort, if you're not going the extra mile, you have to doing what is expected of you is not enough. You have to do more than what's expected of you. And it's hot out here, folks. It's about 100 degrees out here. And I didn't think about it. Should have brought myself a hand towel so I could get my preach on. Anyway, excuse me, get your hustle on. If you're not hustling, you're not going to succeed. You have to get out there and you have to, whatever it is that your competition or whatever it is that people in your line of expertise or your line of work are doing, you need to do more. But remember this: work smarter, not harder. You want to hustle, but you want to make sure that what you're doing counts, that it actually helps to increase your production. Number 8, love recklessly. Now, this is one that I had to really kind of reevaluate my whole love paradigm, because that was my thing when I was preaching the Christian gospel. That was the thing. I was talking about love, 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 love. And I'm going to tell you something. There are some people that no matter what, you can love them till you're blue in the face, and you will never get that love reciprocated. And guess what? For people like that, fuck them, move on. Because the Christian paradigm will tell you love irrespective of how people treat you. No, 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 no. I'm here to tell you, love selectively, but love recklessly. When you find your tribe, love them hard. When you find the people that are really, they have your best interests at heart, that they're moving in the same direction as you, then put everything you've got into those relationships. Everything that you have. Throw it all on the table. Leave it all on the field. Leave it all on the court. Get out there. Love your ass off. Okay. And I'll tell you something, that once you do this, love also is contagious, because what you'll do is that when you have this same empathy and compassion for others, others will catch that, and they will in turn have empathy and compassion for others. You see how that works? This is really, really important. Number 9, rest when your mind and body tell you to. There are people that will tell you, like when you're when you experience the most adversity, that's when you should go the extra mile. You should push yourself a little bit harder. Listen, there is some truth to that, but there is also some truth that, for example, if you're working out and working on enhancing your body, growing your body, strengthening your body, getting fit, getting physically fit, you can't do leg day every day. You just can't. Eventually, your legs are going to give out. You're not going to be able to be ambulatory. You're not going to be able to walk around. And so what happens is you have neglected what your body and your mind are telling you to rest. Sometimes you just need to sit the fuck down. Okay? Sometimes you just need to stop. And that's one of the things. I'll tell you something that has been a challenge for me, because I'm always trying to figure out, how can I do the next thing? How can I achieve the next thing? What can I do to increase my hustle? But then, what happens is I wind up in burnout, and I wind up where I'm physically and emotionally drained and often depressed, because and not because I've lost anything, not because I'm running behind, but I've just simply overtaxed myself. Listen, if you drive a car and you run it at the red line constantly, what you're going to do is you're going to destroy the engine, you're going to destroy the drivetrain, you're going to destroy the brakes. You are just literally going to destroy that car if you drive it hard all the time. The car has to have a cruise mode periodically so that it gets some mechanical rest. And you need rest too. So take time to go out, walk among nature, read a book, or just lay down and take a nap. Robert Fulghum wrote in his book, All I Ever Needed to Know I Learned in Kindergarten. One of the first things that he talks about is the importance of taking naps. Sometimes the whole siesta concept, man, that's real shit. You just gotta take time out and rest. Number 9, or that was number 9. Number 10 is showing others how to do 1 through 9. Listen, if you are succeeding yourself, but not helping others to succeed, then your success is in vain. Your success is just for your own base gain. It doesn't do anything to help humanity. But when you start thinking about doing things to help others, showing others how to maximize their potential, how to maximize their life, how to maximize their return on investment in life, then you become a source of energy, of encouragement, of enthusiasm, and people latch onto that. And again, it's contagious. Now, bonus is scale. Remember this word. If you don't take anything else away from this, remember this. Learn how to scale what you do. See, it's one thing to be able to produce a single work of art, but it's another thing to be able to produce a bunch of things, or to produce it in some quantity, some meaningful quantity. And everything is not meant to be mass produced. Not everything is going to be a Toyota Corolla. There are some things that are going to be Rolls Royces, right? They're going to be more bespoke. They're going to be rarer. But the thing is that even Rolls Royce knows how to scale. They know how to scale their product, and they know to what degree they need to scale. See, the other thing is you can't think of everything in terms of how do I reach millions. Sometimes it may be, how do I reach hundreds? How do I reach thousands? How do I reach the chosen few? That's the thing. And once you get all of these things together, and let me tell you this about scale. This is a little mnemonic that you can remember, because if it don't scale, it'll fail. Just remember that. If whatever it is that you're doing, if it can't scale, it will fail. And that's what I have. for right now. So I'm going to read the comments, but I'm also going to put the invitation in the link in case anyone wants to join. So here we go. Put the join in link there. Boom. And I'm going to show that. That's the link there, folks. So let's do this. Oops. I want to keep it out there, but okay. So let's do this. I'm going to put it out here in the link for the show and the live. And hopefully you all will see it. And turn down and say Jen. And it's real simple, folks. Just click the link. And if your browser is up to date, you have the right kind of equipment. Listen, if you're still using Bronze Age computer equipment, it may not work for you. But if you have more updated equipment, then you can join in. So there's the link. I would love to hear what you think. I'd like to hear what your blueprint for success is. And Dr. Keenan Davis, if you're out there, I sure would love to have you join in and let's talk about this, because this is really real talk. I mean, honestly, let me tell you this too, that if you don't have a blueprint, you'll fail. If you don't have a plan, you'll fail. Because if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. That's real simple. You can't build a house without a blueprint. You can't build a car without a blueprint. You can't build a business without a blueprint. You can't build a relationship without a blueprint. Listen, you cannot have an accidental life and expect intentional results. That doesn't work. Doesn't work. You have to be intentional. You have to be strategic about how you're doing all these things. Because if you do, then you'll start seeing some results happen. Hey, Brother Henry, how you doing? So let me go back here. I'm going to read some of these comments because there's some people out here that Julia Galasanya says hello. Tender in her heart says hello. Ben Urban, of course, my brother, my friend. You're always here. Hi, Ben. Tender in her heart says yes, they are. That's right. Ben Urban says we need time out to replenish our vessels. You got that right. Yakeem Holmes, very true, very true. Multiple streams of income, multiple streams of understanding. You need that. Ben Urban says, sad but true. He said, but then he says, recharge. And then he says, life is paid forward. You got that right. Marshall Stokes says, facts. I would love to have Marshall join in too, because this is a brother that knows how to build a blueprint for success. He's one of my best friends, and really a master of how to make life work. And I'm going to tell you something. Listen, not everybody is going to coast through life. Not everybody's going to have things handed to them. Sometimes, you're going to have adversity. You're going to have setbacks and all of that. But here's the thing, is that when you have a blueprint, you have breadcrumbs that you can go back to, right? That you could trace yourself back to your plan and say, okay, at what point did the plan go sideways? Now, how do we tweak the plan so that we can go ahead and move forward? So my sister C. Rodriguez, she says, you are the master of your reality. That is absolutely right, my sister. It is absolutely true. And the Brother Henry and you show, Brother Henry is checking in, saying, hey, brother. But like I said, and here's the thing. If you don't want to come on, if your hair's not done yet, just got finished washing your hair, you've been working out in the garden, you don't want to come on screen. I get it. That's cool. But, if you don't do that, at least come back and drop your thoughts in the comments, because really, I would love to have some understanding of what your thoughts are on this. And if you do have some thoughts, I'll probably ping you back and say, hey, do you want to come on and, be a guest on the podcast, and we could talk about this in some more detail. But listen, you got to plan, got to plan. Can't overemphasize it. Can't overstate it. You got to plan. You got to plan. So it looks like nobody's going to join in, and that's cool. It's a Sunday evening. Everybody's getting ready for work and everything. I know that, a buddy of mine or one of my colleagues, he said to me, I was like, well, I said, the bright side is that it's almost Friday. And but he said, it's only 2 more days to Monday. That just blew the air out of my bubble because, it was, I was like, dang, I never thought about that. But now I'm going to say that, when people get really enthusiastic about the weekend, I'm going to say, yeah, only 2 more days until Monday, right? Marshall, I see you, man. The most important plan is self-awareness. You are absolutely right. Hey, Marshall, if you can join in here, join in. Click that link. Click the join in link and come on in. Because I'll tell you something, like you and Keenan are two of the most influential people in my life. And I would love to hear what you guys have to say about success. Or Brother Henry, another guy who's been doing an internet show for 10 years and has built his brand, and he's become really successful. I like talking to successful people, and I like sharing the successful people in my social circles so that they can benefit from them. So Marshall, if you want to find that link, just scroll up. There's a link that I put in there in the chat that says join in. You could click that link and you'll go into the green room and I'll bring you in. And Ben Urban, you're always welcome. You can always the link, Marshall, hang on, let me see. Let's do this. Let me see if I can't find you here. Let's see. Okay, hang on for a second. I'm gonna reply directly to you, Marshall. That's the link. Yeah, Tender, and you're one of the people that I would also love to have come on and chat with us, because you're so very consistent in your viewership. You're watching the show, and you always place some of the most how can I say it, thoughts. And so we'd love to have you come on one time too. Marshall, did you get that link? Give me the thumbs up if you did. Let's do this. Okay, I just tried to try and send that link to you. You could click the link and you'll join in. Dr. Keenan Davis, if you're out there, I know you're on vacation, so you might be a little bashful today. I know normally you would be all in on something like this, but yeah, would love to have you come on. Would love to have you share your thoughts. You see the link, Marshall? Just say yes or no if you do or you don't. Okay. Well, it looks like the folks can't join or won't join. I can dig it, but post your comments, post your thoughts, and like I said, maybe we can come back and have you on as a guest another time. But if that is that, then that means it's time to ride off into the sunset. Really blessed to have a house that faces directly east and west. It's very feng shui-ish. And so the sun is setting off to the west over here. Marshall said, give me 1 minute. All right, man. For you, I'm going to give you a minute. Anybody else? No, I can't say that, because I'd give Ben Urban a minute if he wanted it too. There's so many of you that if you said, give me a minute, I'll be willing to give you the minute. But Marshall Stooks and Patrick Summers are two guys that inspired me to join the Tesla Club, and so I'm happy to have to have been in a position to oblige that and to join in. So I'm really excited about that. I love my new car. So we're giving Marshall a minute. Anybody want to come on and sing a quick song or anything like that? Share any comment? What are you doing this weekend? Oh, big shout out to my cousin William Arthur Verdier Jr. Today is his birthday, and William is one of my favorite people in the world. Not just my cousin; he's my little brother. He's one of my best friends. He's one of my wise counsel. And if you happen to know him, stop by his wall and give him a birthday shout out. Yeah, but William has been a part of my life for over 40 years, and I'm grateful, grateful. I have so many people. I think I have some of the most interesting friends in the world. Marshall, where you at, man? Ooh, your husband is buying you a Ford Mustang convertible 10 to enter. That is awesome. That is awesome. You'll be happy. Just make sure you get the V8. It's like, the convertible experience is good, but it's also good to have some horsepower behind you too. So I would say that if you're going to get one, get the 5 liter. Don't skip. You know, pay it's like 10,000 extra money, but it's worth every penny. And there's my man, Marshall Willis Stooks the third. I'm going to bring him in, and look at this dude, sexy beast.
You know how it is, but we're doing what we got to do.
Marshall's out here fishing for y'all single women.
Nah, bro. I ended at 4.
I know, man. I know, bro. You just staying cool. That's all good.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. And I've been cleaning up the house. You know why? So we just like you said, I like you gotta plan for a plan and have an auxiliary plan.
Yep.
But I think it's all part of that. Mm-hmm.
So what is your plan?
So what's up, man?
What's that?
I said you're looking good.
Thank you, man. I'm trying. You see, I got the glow of divinity over my head.
So what you got a 100-watt bulb or?
No, man, I got a nuclear fusion reactor about 93 million miles away from here.
Nothing like the sunlight. Like they said, everybody loves.
So blueprint, man. Give me a 3-point Stooks blueprint. Put you on the spot here.
A 3-point blueprint. Survive, adapt, and overcome.
That's perfect. That's perfect. Mm-hmm. And it's something easy to remember, something you could come back to, and something that is easily scalable and repeatable.
But see, the first thing, a lot of people, we talk about business all the time. Into business thinking that it's going to be, and I tell people, I say, it's good to be driven, but not money motivated. If all your motivation is money, you have no focus. My lawyer's lawsuit. My lawyer said, "Man, your plan was great, exit perfect. You just picked the wrong horse." I said, "You know something?" I said, "I wish within that last survey when they put the replacement in, I knew the fix was in. You're going to get a last minute entry, 90 to 1, well, no, 30 to 1 win, 32 to 1 rather. You know how many people made so much money off of that? And that's the same thing in business. If you're not passionate, and so you can look at that two ways. Jockey and that horse, they were hungry to win. They had one opportunity, and they took it. Yep. And they won. But get those opportunities.
Yeah.
I mean, but you have we may get the opportunities, and when we get it, we have to monopolize. You know, we just lose out. But you're going to go on to the next one. You know, break risks, adapt, overcome. What are you going to do? Come.
Yep.
We've done that our entire careers.
Yep. That's been the thing.
I mean, for me, you know, going from and trying to, you know, when I got out after 10 years, you look at how do these skills translate, and people still have difficulty understanding this military, how they transfer and adapt. But they're not specific skills like so forth. But there's leadership, there's determination, there's perseverance, you know, and the ability to discern on the fly is going to be. So.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, brother, I appreciate you taking the time to come on here with me, man.
Well, I had to update my browser. You know, I'm technically in the app, even though I've been doing that. You know, I'm trying to. You know, I left my phone for 15 days. Oh, that was so much peace. To deal with folks calling and offer me contracts for 1990 opposed to what we're worth. You know, I'm glad I'm finally able to get on with you. You know, I'm always following and sharing. As soon as I get one of my t-shirt machines up, we're gonna put your little slogan.
Which one? If it don't scale, it'll fail.
There you go. And then you also have to understand that's actually talking to a young lady the other day who has, who I'm going to help from line. She makes custom soaps. So first three questions said, what are your 4 major batch sizes? She said, batch size? What's that? Making this, you take your pot, you make a gallon worth of soap.
Yep.
Formula the same to scale it up to 20 gallons.
Yep.
It up to 200 gallons because the chemistry changes.
Yeah,
that's what she's working on. She's making sure that she can be scalable.
That's it. Scalability and elasticity are KPIs for success.
Hey, KPIs, they ain't gonna look it up. They ain't gonna Google it.
I'm not gonna explain it. You and I know what they are. That's all.
Yep.
Anybody else, you feel free to Google it.
Hey, and understand that, but you have to keep KPIs on yourself.
That's right.
And I've looked at it because I remember when I first, and because of you, that's one of the reasons why I try to figure out, before SAP, I'll follow right behind. But I had to explain to them what one of the interviews told me. It's like, well, you have to have a base industry build off of.
Mm-hmm.
So I took the job photo circuits supervisor, became a manager, and learned their own and how they distributed stuff. So I knew that I had those key indicators that you couldn't, your performance. But the other thing that you have to look out for, minions, those folks that are trying to sabotage you just because of who you are to the table.
Yeah.
Because they don't have that ability. One of the things, I've been through all the echelons up to BP, Fortune 100 company, all that stuff. Innovators, maintainers, and basically intellectual property thieves. Where you put something out there, down, and then a month later they come up with the same idea like it's something brand new.
Right. And try to brand it as their own.
Yeah, I see one time, and because I designed the whole, that whole system. I came up with an idea of doing governance. Guys are like, well, this governance stuff. Well, then he had somebody else do it, and they presented the same exact document that I changed his name. Wasn't plagiarism because I gave him the document. Right. So in the meeting, and I have to coach. She's priceless. She's one of those chicks in IT. She's a soccer mom. Got everything and kids. She came back. We were in the meeting, and she goes, "That sounds strangely familiar. Matter of fact, this document looks strange. Isn't that what Marshall proposed a month and a half ago?" Well, I don't think. Just leave it alone. It's a good work. So the other key indicator is you can't. There used to be a comedian, and I think don't take it personal. It's comedy.
Yeah.
That's life.
Yep. That's real talk. Brother man, thanks for coming in. But I appreciate you
for allowing me to come in.
No problem, man. Always a pleasure.
Always all right, we'll talk to you later. Brother. Peace. Love you.
All right.
Give the kids and the wife a hug.
I'll do that. All right, bro. Yeah, and that was my friend Marshall Stooks. Is Marshall W. Stooks III on Facebook. Get connected with him too. It's like again, these are the people in my life who have provided added value to me. So with that being said, there is no one else in the green room. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Say, may you be happy, may you be well, may you be filled with peace. Love y'all, and check us out on Freeology Friday. Coming up on Friday. Love y'all.